Good morning, all participants. On behalf of Department of Management Studies, Women's Engineering College, I welcome you all for this webinar on challenges and opportunities in HR after COVID-19. So, before we start the session, we'll have a formal welcome address and we'll have a short introduction about the previous hour. So, I request Dr. Shankar, Associate Professor, Mohammed Sadat Engineering College, Department of Management Studies, to deliver the formal welcome address, followed by Mr. Shahul Hamid, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies, Mohammed Said Engineering College, to say a few words about the speaker. Over to Mr. Shankar. Shankar sir.
On behalf of the Department of Management Studies, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all. On the onset, I would like to welcome Alhaj Janab S.M. Yusuf, Chairman of Members of the Trust, and Mrs. S.M.H. Sharmila, Secretary of Mohammed Sadat Trust, and Janab B.R. Hamid Ibrahim, the Executive Secretary of Mohammed Sadat Trust, for favoring and supporting for making this webinar a grand success. I would like to welcome the management of Mohammed Sadat Trust. I would like to welcome Dr. D. Alahiaminal Madam, Principal of Mohammed Sadat Engineering College. And also, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Head of the Department, Professor Dr. M. Abbas Malik, for making this function a grand success. I would like to welcome everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the resource person, Dr. Sugandhi Jaya Singh, Director, Iron Academy, Madurai. And also, we would like to welcome the faculty members of our institution and also the neighboring institutions. And I would like to welcome the students of our institution and participants of this webinar. I welcome you. Thank you.
Now I request Mr. Shahul Hamid to say a few words about the speaker.
Good morning to all present here for this webinar. So thank you, Kumar, for your chance to give a few words about my dear friend Sugandhi Jay Singh. And she has started her career here as a math teacher because she has completed her UG and PG in mathematics. Then she switched over to computer side and finished her MCA and ME from reputed institutions, and she has completed her doctorate with Anna University, Chennai, in the field of computer science, allied with electronics and electrical engineering. So this is a very small introduction about Dr. Sugandhi Jay Singh, who has given enormous services to the student community, and also she has flexibility and accessibility towards the students, and she's more interested to enhance the student talents by way of coaching center. So she started the Iron Academy a year before, and she is successfully leading now. So on behalf of the department, the management, the principal, and from the HOD side and from the faculty side, I would like to thank Dr. Sugandhi Jay Singh for arranging such a graceful and a successful wonderful webinar on the heading of challenges and opportunities in HR after COVID-19. Right. So thank you, Kunal, for giving me a small opportunity to introduce my friend, Dr. Sugandhi Jay Singh, and I think it's over to her. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I welcome all the participants to this webinar. And really, I wanted to thank Muhammad Sattak Engineering College for having invited me to present this webinar. And I really like to thank the principal, the department HOD, the staff, and the other members who make wonderful arrangements to present this webinar. Thank you so much. And myself, I had a very good introduction from Shahul Hamid sir. Thank you, sir. And as far as ION Academy is concerned, we are a group of women professors and many more who actually started our training for NetSet, GATE and IBPS, and we also do language, active and soft skills training. As a life coach, we give self-confidence and mentoring for students too. A very small intro about myself, and going into the topic, human resources.
Excuse me, madam.
Sir?
Kumar here. Can you keep the mic little distance? It's interrupting. Sound is low actually.
No, I'm not able to get you, sir. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yeah, screen is visible, madam. Your mic, I think you're very close to the mic.
Very close mic. You are having your mic very closely. So just keep it a small distance, okay? So
Okay, done.
the audio, it's very audible and also very clear also, right? So just keep the mic little bit long.
Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yeah.
This is fine. Good. Thank you.
Is it okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Okay, the practical difficulties. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I start, sir?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Human resources. The topic deals with two main terms, human resources and COVID-19. I start with human resources. It describes actually the people who work for any organization and the department responsible for managing the resources related to employees of the organization. Is of course, human resources is at the front lines of employers' response to the COVID-19 crisis. And as far as COVID-19 is concerned, we all know that it is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus, and it is declared as the global pandemic by World Health Organization. It is actually a public health and humanitarian issue, and the aftermath of this pandemic starts with governments around the world to flounder. Governments are likely to feel emboldened and supported by the citizens to make more active role in shaping economic activity actually. India's economy had already started to show signs of weakening and growth appeared uncertain. The primary challenge of 45% of public sector HR teams is supporting well-being and stress levels of employees. For the private sector, the challenge in forecasting future workforce needs in a fast-changing market environment is most common. Next comes the businesses. They suffer as this crisis presents an acid test for business. Uncertainty causes panic and stock markets around the world are in free fall. According to a survey of Asia-based companies, coronavirus outbreak had left a negative impact on their businesses. It will have an impact on company financials, culture, employer brand, employee value propositions, as well as the health of the communities and society in which they operate. So most industries will need to reactivate their entire supply chain, even as the differential scale and timing of the impact of this virus mean that global supply chains face disruption in multiple geographies. So institutions that reinvent themselves to make the most of the better insight and foresight as the preferences evolve will only succeed. Next comes the organizations, they endure, that is the crisis is almost every organization to immediately adapt or improve remote work policies and procedures. Banks, regulated industries and many financial services companies did not let employees work from home. So it is of course a problem for them. Next comes the issues. So out of these things, what are all the issues a company will face? As far as a company is concerned, it should keep the employees safe, it should have the stable businesses, and as an employee, the issues will be with job security, mental health, stress, and as far as HR team is concerned, in any organization, it has to cope up with the remote work and uncertainty. These are the issues as far as a company, an employee or the HR teams are concerned. Next comes the challenges for the company. We'll see one by one. As far as the governmental orders are concerned, we are answerable, the government is answerable to so many questions, in the sense the companies are answerable to so many questions, whether they have the local state government orders, whether they are advised or is the company or is the particular institution flexible working, or you are up to date with local, municipal and other governmental elections with employees who may suffer from this disease. Otherwise, if working from home is not an option for your business, what is your potential liability and what measures can you take to limit this liability? So, as far as employee health is concerned, people first, business second is one that is hugely welcomed and a mantra that should be drilled into executives in every company. There should be a balance both between employee safety and keeping the business afloat from a financial perspective. Returning businesses to operational health after a severe shutdown is extremely challenging. We should ensure optimal use of the staff to maintain the continuity of business operations. So, companies are hiring online coaches, counselors and giving people as much open support as they can right now. Next comes the layoff. It's a crucial challenge. Companies can lay people off very quickly, but they need to understand that it takes a long time to hire them back. If you let some people go out, the remaining employees are really dramatically, they will be suffering. Many companies are facing hard choices about layoffs. The weakest point is they should determine the success or otherwise of a return to rehiring, training and attaining previous levels of workforce productivity. So research shows that if you do a massive layoff, the people remaining are going to be 20% less effective, since they are going to be in a shock and wonder if they are the next one to go for layoff. So The next one comes the challenges for the employee. First is the job security. Companies will naturally rate the employees as essential and non-essential and started a policy that all essential roles would not be eligible for vacation. So, in consequence, non-essential employees were asked to take as much vacation as they could, since the company know its business was slowing down and many of these people would have more time at home anyway. Issues of social isolation, that is work from home, mental health, personal finance and stress scored high as challenge for employees. These are all the challenges what the employees actually face. So in this time, company's HR department becomes a very key advocate for the company and the employees. Much of the responsibility falls to the human resource teams. An engaged and proactive HR department can be the difference between happy employees or ones that are utterly confused and frustrated. So, what will be the challenge as far as the HR departments are concerned? The top areas fall into 4 important domains. That is the physical health and well-being, followed by closely watching the remote work, and then quickly followed by issues related to jobs and work continuity, and finally an urgent need for mental health, resilience, family support and dealing with uncertainty. Great HR will help guide these organizations to navigate this shock in a way that brings them out on the other side with greater capabilities, better position to compete and with a reputation as a responsible corporate citizen. So these are all the challenges for the people who are in the HR team, and companies expect them to act as a communication hub for the health and well-being for the leadership, among the leadership and the people who are working from home. So here when I say about the word working at home, this actually is what is happening nowadays. Is it the time for the collaboration of humans and technology, I often think? So Time magazine called this coronavirus as the world's largest work from home experiment, and that is what is shaping up to be. This is the time to put the concept of a mobile workforce to the test. We have the technology available. Now how are we going to use it to its fullest potential? Nearly 70% of the global workforce already works remotely at least once a week. And the future work may be searching for the work location, for the space, for the patterns, for the hours, and of course the leave options. I'll start with the safe harbor as far as the work from home challenges are concerned. These times are having its part in HR that needs to doubt its efforts in making sure every employee appreciates this challenge, participates voluntarily without any fear and stays motivated. At the same time, HR should make sure all required assistance or measures are taken to ensure employee health care, well-being and provide ways to a new workspace or remote working. Next one comes the policy management. That is, as far as work from home is concerned, what are all the challenges? We have to ensure continuity of the business operations, ensure productivity, whether it is addressing correctly, whether to create a positive work environment when working from home, while we have to keep them motivated. So, cultural assimilations of work from home into the organization culture will be a very important vital point here, and some industries won't accept this work from home culture. Next one comes the information security and data privacy. This is a very important factor to be considered. Most of the information technology industry were hit by this protection regulations actually across the globe. And while technology has evolved significantly and enabling this particular work from home is not a serious concern, including the endpoint security, data privacy in an unknown and uncontrolled workspace. Of course, it is still a challenge, and educating the employees and observing will be a major responsibility on the HR teams to make it work. Next comes the internal communication. So, company members and the HR head should ensure that communication channels with the employees are active, open and transparent, and share insights about the operations, development within and outside the organization for employees to stay engaged and identify the roles and contributions to the organization. So, 5 ways that this particular COVID-19 crisis had transformed this HR's role. Remote work will be a permanent feature for more organizations, of course. Then nurturing culture gets more challenging in dispersed workplaces. And also talent acquisition and retention remains critical. Engaging a remote workforce and accommodation, compliance and additional resources need to be known by HR and of course to the people. And it is impact just I wanted to show. When I was surfing regarding the impact, just I had this meme. The digital transformation of the company is actually led by COVID-19 is actually the impact, and when your heads or your HRs expect your work from home situations, the reality really differs. It is just a kidding, okay? So far we discussed regarding what are all the challenges as far as the government is concerned, as far as an organization is concerned, as far as the HR is concerned. With all these issues and challenges, we have to survive with that. Whenever we think about challenges, if it is very much bigger, then nature will give the opportunity also to be very bigger. So it is the time for the HR leaders to address the HR gap. Naturally, we find very hard to meet HR people, but here we have a very good opportunity to meet them often. And they drive agile ways of working, agile in the sense very fast ways of working, which are transparent and which are very immediate. And a very good opportunity to get ahead with technology. So you will have many models to make the business case. And we HR are expected to have a change and work for the better. As far as the common man, otherwise the employee are concerned, the opportunities are there to bring a new economic system. It is a very good part to have a tech orientation. We use technology only for entertainment so far, but now there is a wonderful chance to integrate technology and the work in our sophisticated place. So this particular crisis is actually identified as a war for talent. Actually, when we face with a new or an adverse situation, we get lot of energy, maybe anxious energy, it may be an useful energy. So staying really informed to make smart decisions, it's really healthy to cope up with a new economic system. Many businesses like DoorDash, Grubhub, supermarkets, Amazon take this as a wonderful opportunity, for example. And I personally feel that positive things are happening in the world. It is we'll be getting a very good positive future. People are actually working together and supporting each other. So they they are creative and innovative. So far we are grinding, we ponder the existing principles and the existing technology. But nowadays we get a wonderful chance to create things and to be innovative. And that may be the first, first wheel to start. The next comes when you go for some creativeness and new innovative creative ideas, we can change the normal patterns of livings. That is, we can when we work flexibly from home, irrespective of the physical leadership. I usually think that I normally nowadays think that we are going for a change of a new normal patterns, and of course we'll be used to it. Naturally, when we have a creation and a change, we'll surely go into an optimistic world. And this is my personal, it is somewhat, what to say, a new trend. It is the time to reset the clock. This particular epidemic is actually acting as a catalyst for a better way of living that protects our world from looming global issues to create a full-scale human crisis. The human spirit in times of adversity is a wonderful thing, no? People shine in adversity. So, my idea, it is, of course, you may even think that it is slightly different from what we are normally speaking so far, what we are discussing, hearing so far. But as far as academicians are concerned, as far as students are concerned, we have the participants here from many, many domains. But personally, as an academician, I encourage everyone to become an entrepreneur, at least by the age of 40. You will be an employee for 20 years to the maximum. Always have a thought to become an entrepreneur. You should give jobs for others. So you can, you can think that how can I become an entrepreneur? Always think your hobby as your career. You may have your passion, you may have your hobby, irrespective of that you would have been in some other jobs. But my point of view is, always your hobby will drive you to make a wonderful career. How to identify that? Always think of your three greatest strengths, what you can do, and what you will enjoy out of it, and in what way you are differing from others. What do you find easy to do when others find hard? For example, I say that I am a talkative. I talk much. Even others will ask me, how do you talk? How can you talk for others? But that can be converted into a skill. That is my point. So try to identify this skills and thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity to present this. On behalf of IIN Academy, I should thank again all the participants for patiently listening to me, and the principal, the HOD of the department, and the staff, and my friend Shahul sir for giving me a wonderful opportunity to present this. And we, IIN Academy, have trainings. We do trainings for all sorts of placements, and we train government examinations and everything. If you have even queries regarding the presentation or regarding anything, you can feel free to contact me. I have my number here and my mail ID. And recently, we have a plan to start this English class, since we have very lengthy holidays. And that's it. Thank you very much.
So thank you for your nice presentation, ma'am. So dear participants, you can, if you are supposed to ask any questions regarding the topic or any other queries, please put forward. If it is possible, put it in the chat box, or else just Kumar, shall I ask them to raise the hand?
Yeah, definitely. They can put it in the chat box.
They can please put it in the chat box so that they can be immediately given to the resource person for your explanation.
Yeah, participants,
So any more
any
questions?
questions? So your feedback link will be shared in another 10 more minutes. So kindly ask any questions. So, madam, I have a question from Evangeline Soumya. How does the HR deal with the employees with health issues when it is work from home?
They have to be, HR should really inform all the measures what they are supposed to take even at home. Mentally, stressfully, what are all the measures they can take to avoid this mental and stressful stress, because when we work isolated, I think we get many doubts and we are really struggling with many decisions. So really the HR team should fill the gap and they should educate the people who are working isolated, work from home. So the people who are working also should come out with new ideas, and others can even share. They can ask what we are doing now. You are sharing the questions, no? Like this even, you can have chats and you can come out with smart decisions and solutions.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another one more question. How can we give appraisal for the employees? How can we give appraisal for the employees doing work from home? The question from Ankita.
Yes, it is really critical, because when we discuss about the appraisal, there are numerous factors to consider. But physically, when we are present, when the employees are here, I think the appraisal factors differ. But as we have a situation to work from home, the appraisal factors to be considered are very limited, and it depends upon the finishing of the work, the technology what they use, how they appreciate the technology, how they enable it, and how they use it, applicate it. So the factors just differ varying. It completely differs. And what to say, the outcomes will not be, what to say, it will not depend only on the respective person, and that is really crucial.
Another question from J. Martin. Mostly people who lose their jobs are unskilled and semi-skilled workers in major sectors.
Yes.
How should HR advocate to reduce layoffs within the management?
Skilled workers are the pillars of any organization. So naturally, nature says that skilled workers will not be adaptable, surely. The company HR should have have some appreciations as rewards. Naturally, skilled workers expect appreciations or rewards. They should be periodically appreciated or rewarded. The worst case why an employee walks away from an institution is they are not appreciated. Psychologically, it matters, it happens to everybody. If the person is not appreciated, of course in words, at least in words, that too, immediate appreciation, they can. Otherwise by rewards, otherwise by promotions, by updating their skills and experiences, HR should deal, no other way. That is the thing what normally HRs are doing.
Another interesting question from Nadira Kamal. I saw your memes on expectation reality of work from home. So what measure should be taken as the expectation of reality?
Yes. That completely relies on the person who is working from home. Because when we start to work, we should come into a separate area, whether it depends upon the scenario of home. we should be very, very loyal, and we should be, in the sense, I should not even say as loyal, we should be very, very, very careful, and we should be having a very concentrated, thoughts regarding the work. But that should completely rely on the person one who is working from home. So others, otherwise, the heads or anybody else can't control them. So it depends, and you should have a balance between the people at home and your work. Any workers, I don't even say the gender, any worker who is a male or a female should be able to balance the family and the work. So here now it is a very big criteria that all should learn. People who are working from home really struggle to create a scenario, because we are used to it. Only when we have a very good dressing, when we go out, we have the thought that we are coming to work. But we should have the very same thoughts, and mentally we should be very confident, and mentally we should be very stable to able to differentiate what is your work and what is your scenario at home. It completely relies on the person. So mentally he should develop a very big confidence, and he should be true to the work.
So that was really a good explanation. So, another question from Mr. Shankar Narayanan. In this COVID-19 period of HR aspects has changed. As far as motivation is concerned, what type of motivation is feasible as employees are working from home? Similarly, performance management also.
Yes. As far as HRs are concerned now, they should come down from their level, because the employees are not under their physical control. That's I can say. You can't watch it physically, but what the thing is narrowing down the leadership to their level, to the employees' level. That is the only thing. There should not be any hierarchy. There should not be any gaps between the hierarchy. That is the only solution what I can give. So, if we no other way, because we have to contact the leaders, should directly can contact the employee for their work, for their for their business process. No other way. So hierarchy will not work. So the performance of the HR team should change their policy managements as far as their hierarchy is concerned. They should act as a bridge between the top hierarchy and the lower ones.
One more question, ma'am, from Ivan James.
Yes. Okay.
You were talking about the mental health. Thank you for your explanation.
Yes.
But what is this doing to employees' health, especially physical health, like problems like migraine or eye problem? So also, can you help how HR can help employees work overtime?
Yes. We can have some splitting in working hours. Some companies, they expect the workers to be before the labs from morning till night. So that should not be the scenario, because normally we have this habit of seeing the employees starting to work from 10 to 5, otherwise from 9 to 5. It depends upon the company timings. But now the scenario is completely changing, because we are not used to work in labs. We are not used to work with technologies. So the HR should have a schedule to split the working hours for the employees. They should schedule, and they should they should follow, and they should see the performance or the progress. Splitting, otherwise giving them leave, holidays, breaks in between will only work. No other way, because you can't have the straight control, physical control over them. And also, as far as their health is concerned, it is really crucial for the employee to work before the desktop all day long. Periodical awareness regarding their care for their health, for their eyes, for their ears, and for their help, because if we sit for hours together, surely we'll have many problems. I think you'll be knowing that. And that should be, you can have periodical breaks. Nobody can concentrate for more than 1 hour. Even in this seminar, I think I really want to cut short everything. The reason is you can't concentrate much in a small device, to a small device for so many minutes that I can say. So that is the main idea behind this. HR teams should ensure that they have some leniency towards the working hours and care and concern towards the health of the employees.
So, any participants, any more questions? You can also unmute yourself and you can straight away ask the speaker.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Nadira.
Yes.
I would like to ask you a question,
Okay.
and it's regarding the ladies who are working from home,
Yes.
and especially during this lockdown period. We
Yes.
have our children, our husband, everybody
Yes.
at home,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
they expect the same thing as how when we are at home without the work.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's very difficult for us. So how to compensate and what is your suggestion for it? Because when
Yes,
we are at
yes.
office, we are able to work there freely
Yes.
without any
We'll
disturbance.
put off our
But
shoes.
now
Yes, yes.
during this lockdown period, when everybody is at home, it's very difficult for us. So give your suggestions
Yes,
for it.
such a wonderful question you have asked, ma'am. I should really thank you for this question. What I can say is, women should educate the whole family members for scheduling, no other way. Because the only problem what we face so far is the family do not know what we are actually doing in our working scenario. They will not be able to understand what we do. Our children will not be able to predict what we do. They know ourselves as mothers, sisters, wives, that's all. But the scene is here completely different, scenario is completely different. So an open-minded talk to all the people who are in the family will be good. You can have a schedule, no other way, as the timetable what we follow in our system. You can have a schedule saying that these are the timings for me to do this household things, and of course you encourage your family members to help you. Please, you can give jobs, assign small works to others. That will help. Naturally, we have a tendency to work ourselves. We do all the household activities ourselves. I think you can accept. We take in charge of everything, no? That should not be the case here. You should integrate people. You should encourage your family members, in the sense your kids. Please educate your kids to do household jobs. Please, I'll be even very much specific, teach them how to cook. He or she, please teach them how to cook. Cook in the sense, what are the dishes they like so much, they want you to do. Because here cooking and what things are actually difficult nowadays. Everything is easy. They easily watch out a video and they come out with their ideas. They'll give you suggestions. But my idea is, please expose what are your work schedules, what you are actually doing. That's what we don't do. We don't even say what we are doing. We take the in charge of everything as women because we are used to it. And the family members completely rely on us for all the things. Get the help of the people. Otherwise, please, you ask them, you teach them, you educate them what you are doing, what other helps they can help you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Participants, any more questions? I do not see any questions in the chat box. feedback links are already shared in the chat box. You can view them, and please fill it up. Any more questions from the participants? So everyone are thanking you for the wonderful session. Nice presentation.
Thank you, thank you.
People are asking the presentation. Can you share the presentation through mail?
Yes, naturally, sir. I'll mail to you. Shall I mail to you, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Participants, any other questions? So Shahul sir, shall we end up the session? Malik sir?
Malik sir?
So Malik sir, your mic is, I think it's mute. So Malik sir, can we end up the session, sir?
Yes. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I would like to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Sugandhi Jayasingh, Director, Ion Academy, Madurai. Thank you for your excellent speech, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Short and sweet speech.
Thank you.
I would like to thank our chairman, secretary, and executive director, Principal Alage Meena madam, and our MBA faculty members. Especially thanks to Mr. Shahul Hamid for arranging guest speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And my special thanks to Mr. Kumar for organizing this webinar program. Thanks, Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And especially, I would like to thank our Women Sadak Hamid Abdul Qadir College for Women Principal, Dr. Nazira Kamal, madam. Madam, once again I thanks Nazira Kamal, madam, Principal of our Women Sadak Hamid Abdul Qadir College for Women, actively participated. I would like to thank each and everyone who participated in this program, webinar on challenges and opportunities in HR after COVID-19. It is very useful to us. Thanks, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all participants for participating in this webinar. So in future we are planning to conduct some more events like this. So we'll be contacting you. We are having your mail, your phone number, all the things. So we'll be sharing the invitation and other registration IDs through your mail. So kindly participate, and thank you once again, and thank you one and all for your greatest participation. Thank you very much.
Shall we end up the session?
Yeah, we can end up.
Okay.